weekly interview series. We have Loic, who is the CEO of Seesmic.
Hi.
And the organizer of Lee Webb. Hello, how are you doing?
Good, very well, thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us. So,
thanks for having me.
Let's get into this really quickly. What's your background? You're a famous European entrepreneur. Everyone here knows about you, but just really quickly.
That's way over exaggerated. I'm a French entrepreneur based in San Francisco. It's been 3 years, and I do two things. I do Lee Webb, which is the largest tech conference in Europe, 2,500 people last year.
Yeah.
And Seesmic, one of the most popular Twitter and Facebook and now more social software application. We support 50 social networks in it. And it's my 5th company or something. So I created a few companies in startups in Europe, and sold them, just because someone wanted to buy them. And decided to move here because it's cool, it's the center.
Yeah. So Seesmic originally started off as a blogging video plugin / tool, and then you made the transformation to a desktop client for Twitter and other social networks. So, how was that transition, and what did you go through in your decision process?
It's simple. I think in today's real-time web world, you have to be very agile. So you have to listen to what people are saying, and the good news is you can tell if you launch a product if it's going to take off very fast. Because you can see the traction. If people talk about it on Twitter, for example, or not, then if they use it or not, and then if they keep using it or not. Yeah. So the video conversation I dreamt about, I think is way too early. It's 5 years too early. It's kind of a video conversation. I have video Twitter, that's why I launched. Was way too early. And I think it's going to happen. You can see the success of chat roulette, which was not really what... I had in mind something a little different. It's more like a talk show. And that didn't happen. So as an entrepreneur, instead of keeping in your problem, well, you need to insist, but we did everything we could technically, I think. And I mean, everything. We tried, really, we made it work. And then the number of users was nice, but kind of peaked. And so didn't grow as I expected. So we also had acquired a little client called Twirl, which is one of the first Twitter clients. And we decided we saw this grow so fast that we decided to make it the center.
So Seesmic, look, it's a new product, and you said it's so easy that even your mom could use Twitter with it. So
she doesn't actually. I have to fix it. You know what? She's on the Mac and it's PC only, so I have to fix that. And we have a lot of Mac users, but Look is Windows only right now. We'll make it work on more platforms, but we had to start there. And it's the first attempt anyone has done, I think, to make Twitter really usable by the mainstream. So you launch it, it works. It's super simple. You don't even need a Twitter account that no one else had done. You can use it without an account, and it will work. You can navigate categories and interests, and we also have brands involved in it, such as Red Bull or Kodak, or media like the Huffington Post, and we'll have 5 more brands coming in the next week. So very exciting stuff, very easy to use. That's Seesmic Desktop, just that you heard.
Yeah. So is there, so with the brands coming in, are they coming in, so what is your relationship with the brands? Are they sponsoring a certain part of the client, or?
Yeah, we're experimenting at this stage. We don't really disclose the deals, but we are experimenting, and what we want to do is to build something successful with them that a few months from now we all call a success for brands and us. And obviously we expect this to be a significant source of revenue for us. Today it's more experimentation.
So any cool projects in the pipeline that you'd like to share?
We have a great project. We always have cool projects in the pipeline first, always. That's why we do these things. The reason why we do Seesmic is really because I want the best tools for me. That's all.
Wow, that's the best way to do it.
We are doing a platform architecture. We're building that. We already announced it, but we've been quiet about it because we've not launched it. But I'm hoping Seesmic will be the very first real platform for people to build plugins, pretty much like the Firefox plugins or the Chrome extensions. And we're about to do our first demo, and it's going to be really exciting. And I think we'll have a lot of developers excited. So basically, they will be able to do their own columns. They will be able to build their own search engine in Seesmic. They will be able to, you could build a shop in Seesmic using a plugin if you'd like.
Wow.
So
cool.
yeah, it's going to be, I'm so excited by this, and it's only now a few weeks wait from a dedicated team that has been working like crazy, you know, in secret kind of. We announced we would do it, but now it's almost the time that, and I'm very excited. My dream is to wake up, my short-term dream is to wake up and see other people creating things within our app, like what we do with Twitter, right? Without us knowing what happens. And I hope it's going to work and that developers will embrace it.
So, you know, we have a bunch of entrepreneurs and startup founders that view this. Any advice for people that are just starting out on, you know?
Yeah, don't listen to people who will tell you you will fail, because you will fail, and that doesn't matter. So it's more about failing very often and starting again. Like I started with video, didn't take off, move very fast to something else, but get into, as you know, like start swimming, right? Start swimming and don't bother too much, because most people I know who don't do it is because they are paralyzed by people telling them they will fail, or their own fears to fail. And it's okay if you fail. I mean, that's the place in Silicon Valley where you can fail, but anywhere in the world it's true. And so that's the first one. The second one is to just be obsessed by listening to the users. That's what we do. Like we have a mention of Seesmic every minute on Twitter right now. Every single minute there is someone talking about Seesmic, and I'm obsessed. Like every morning, that's the first thing I read, and then interact with them, gather their suggestions on a feedback site such as feedback.seesmic.com, which is powered by user voice. People vote on the features they want. Start delivering that. That will get them excited because they see you care, they see you deliver what they want. And then obviously you shouldn't forget about innovating like we did with Seesmic Look, which no one asked. We delivered, right? But it's a very, very good way to do it, to build a community. And the last advice, I mean, I should write a book one day. I would love to, but no time. But it's to really gather the most important fans in a community. So it doesn't have a million, you don't need a million fans. There's a very good book by Seth Godin called Tribe that people should read. Have you read it?
Yeah,
it's great, right? And he says basically 1,000 fans is enough for anything to get viral. So whether it's a rock band or a startup, you don't need, people are obsessed by numbers, and I'd rather have very loyal users, which we have. So we created this thing called Team Seesmic, where people can join. I thought we would have a few thousand. We have 60,000 that we email every week with new features and so on. And that works pretty well.
So how did you get Lee Webb so successful? It's the premier European internet blogging conference.
Not blogging, just internet, it's actually one of the largest in the world. I don't want to do, but 2,500 people, 50 countries, probably the most international by far in terms of participants. And applying those rules that I just told you is basically we started it as a cool gathering of cool people. International day one, we filled an empty space, as I like to call it, but there wasn't anything like that in Europe. And then made good content by having great speakers online, and then the right people in the room. Even though it was only 150 people, you had already entrepreneurs, business angels, VCs, and press, which are the four constituents of the success of a startup, because you need coverage by the bloggers and the press, you need seed investment, you need an idea, and you need to be inspired by entrepreneurs. So we had that. It doubled in size every single year to reach 2,500 people, and it's been entirely self-financed.
Anyways, thank you very much for joining us. That is very, very helpful.
No, my pleasure. Thanks for having me, and good luck to all the entrepreneurs watching.
All right, thanks guys.